think life's unfair? That the universe doesn't care about what's been done to you? Think again. Karma doesn't rush. It watches. It waits. And when it strikes, it doesn't miss. Every whisper behind your back, every betrayal, they think they've won. But here's the truth. Karma is building momentum, and its silence is the loudest moment to roar. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear it? Because when it comes, no one escapes. You've felt it, haven't you? The sting of failure. That sinking feeling in your chest when everything you worked for crumbles in front of your eyes. The world turned its back on you, laughing, pointing fingers, as if your struggle was a joke. They've told you time and time again that you're not enough, that you'll never make it. The rejection, the heartbreak, the betrayal, each one cutting deeper than the last. And with every setback, you've been forced to question yourself. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'll never get back up. But here's the truth they don't tell you. There's something far worse than failure. It's the moment when you refuse to stay down, when you let that pain fuel you instead of breaking you. They thought they'd seen your lowest point, but what they didn't realize was that the real monster isn't the failure. It's the fire that gets lit inside you when you decide you're done being a victim. What they didn't understand is that every bruise, every scar, has made you stronger. And now, you're about to show the world just what happens when you stop caring about their doubts and decide to fight for what's yours. This is the moment when everything changes. This is the moment when you become unstoppable. Get ready, because your story is just beginning. You've been there. You felt the sting of being underestimated, the weight of others' doubts pressing on your chest like 1,000 bricks. They see your struggles, your failures, and they write you off. They tell you that you'll never amount to anything, that you're not cut out for greatness. They laugh when you fall, as if your pain is some kind of joke. And at first, it hurts. It cuts deep. Every harsh word, every sneer, feels like it's chipping away at you, at your very essence. But what they don't see, what they can't possibly understand, is that every time they knocked you down, something inside you was changing. Every insult, every rejection, every heartbreak, each one fed a fire inside you that they never saw coming. Because here's the truth. When you've been pushed to the edge, when you're standing at the bottom with nothing left to lose, there's a strength that awakens. They thought they knew your limits, but they don't. They've never seen the rage that simmers beneath the surface when you have nothing left to lose. They don't realize that you don't just fight back. You transform. You stop caring about their opinions, their judgments, their expectations. You stop fighting for their approval and start fighting for yourself. This isn't just about proving them wrong anymore. It's about survival. It's about reclaiming everything they try to take from you. The stakes, they've never been higher. If you fall now, it's not just another defeat. It's the end. But if you rise, if you dig deeper than you ever have before, you'll show them that you are not just a survivor. You are unstoppable. So what do? Will you keep letting them dictate your worth? Or will you use every ounce of pain, every scar, to fuel the fight of your life? Something inside me shifts. It's as if the fire they've been stoking in the darkest corners of my soul finally bursts into flames, and I feel it. Every ounce of my being waking up. They didn't break me. They didn't even come close. What they never understood is that every punch, every insult, every time they wrote me off as weak, they were not destroying me, they were forging me. I used to cry in silence, wondering why the world never saw my worth. I used to let their words cut deep, thinking maybe I wasn't enough. But now, every word they spoke is a weapon I've sharpened. Every failure, every fall, it was the universe giving me the tools to rise, to become the person they feared I'd never be. I realize now that they never truly knew me. They saw my scars, my setbacks, and assumed that I was fragile, easily broken. They thought I was just another person who would crumble under the weight of their negativity, but they never saw the resilience that was quietly growing inside me. The monster they feared. It wasn't born in a moment of anger or rage. It was made over time, forged in the fire of my struggle, each piece of pain transforming into power. What they didn't know is that I have been gathering my strength in the shadows. Every moment they tried to tear me down, I took that energy and used it to rebuild myself, brick by brick. They thought I was weak, but now I see the truth. They were the ones who underestimated me. They didn't realize that my quiet struggle was creating something unstoppable. And now I can feel it, the shift. It's not just a change in my mindset. It's a change in my very being. There's a power deep inside me that I never even knew existed, and it's rising to the surface. The world won't see the same person they once knew. No, they'll see someone who is no longer afraid, someone who is no longer apologizing for their existence. They'll see someone who doesn't just want to survive, but who is willing to fight for everything they've ever dreamed of. I've stopped asking for permission. I've stopped waiting for approval. I've stopped apologizing for wanting more. And it's liberating. Every step I take now has a declaration. A declaration that I will not be stopped. Not by them, not by anyone. The energy that used to drain me, the people who once tried to hold me back. Now, they gave me the strength to keep going when the road got rough, to keep fighting when all I wanted to do was surrender. They showed me my limits, and in doing so, they made me limitless. Now I stand taller, I stand as the person I always knew I could be, the person they thought would never rise, but here I am, more powerful than they could ever imagine. The same people who once laughed at my struggle now have to watch as I become the force they never saw coming. They thought they could break me, but they only made me, and now I'm coming for everything they took from me. Every piece of my soul that I thought was lost, now it's mine again, and it's stronger than it's ever been. I've broken free from the chains of their doubt. I've transformed from the victim they saw me as into the warrior they will never forget. What they never realized is that in every fall and every setback, I was never losing. I was learning. And now I'm unstoppable. This is where it ends. The moment you thought you had won, the moment you thought you could walk all over me, break me down and leave me in the dust. But here I stand, not broken, not defeated, not begging for mercy. No, I'm standing here as a force, and now you will feel it. You tried to crush me. You tried to break me into 1,000 pieces, and watch as I crumbled. You thought you could take everything from me, every ounce of my spirit, and leave me with nothing but the ashes of my dreams. But you were wrong. You never saw the fire that was quietly burning inside me, waiting for the perfect moment to rise. And now that moment has come. You thought you had control, that I was just some victim of your cruelty, someone to be ignored, underestimated. But look at me now. The very strength you tried to destroy is now the very weapon that's coming for you. I'm not here for some petty revenge, no. This isn't about me getting even. This is about obliteration. This is about taking everything you once thought you could take from me and throwing it back in your face. You made me feel small, insignificant, like I didn't matter, but now I am a storm you can't outrun. You don't get to dictate the terms anymore. You see, every insult, every lie, every time you tried to hold me down, it wasn't just a moment of pain. It was a lesson in survival, a lesson in power. And now, it's too late. You're too late. I'm not that person you once knew. I'm not the one who you could walk over and crush without a second thought. No, I'm someone else now. Someone who won't ask for permission. 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 A huge one. This is the end of your game, and it's the beginning of my reign. You can't stop me. You never could. And now, I'm coming for everything I deserve. You made me this strong, and now it's your turn to face the consequences. So, to everyone who thought they could break me, to those who saw me as weak, as easy prey, let me thank you. You were the fuel that powered my rise. You pushed me, tested me, and when you thought I couldn't take any more, you unknowingly made me stronger. Nail it. I remember the days when I was just a shadow of who I am now. Broken, battered, lost in the darkness of doubt. But you didn't see what was happening beneath the surface. You didn't see the strength that was quietly building, the fire that was being kindled in the deepest parts of me. Now, look at me. You thought you could crush my spirit, but instead, you forged something unbreakable. I faced the worst, fought against everything you threw my way, and now I stand here, not just whole, but more powerful than I ever thought possible. I've become something you can't touch, something you can't stop. I've risen from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and untouchable. There's no going back to who I was. That person is gone. The person standing here now is a force that will never be broken again. And that's the real victory. Not the battles won or the pain endured, but the power to walk away from it all, unscathed, untouchable, and ready for anything that comes my way. So, thank you for the lessons. Thank you for pushing me to discover just how strong I truly am. Because now, I know nothing can break me. Nothing. If you're done being a victim and ready to claim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, and join me on this journey. Share your biggest challenge in the comments, and let me show you how to rise above it all. You are unstoppable. Let's prove it together.